The 10th. Okay.
Hey guys,
Hi, everybody. Hope all's well.
doing?
And welcome to Maximize Monday, November the 10th,
Yep.
2025. Hope all's well with you all. God's good to us. God's great. If you missed yesterday's service, please do us a favor. Go back and check it out as we honored our vets. Um,
Yeah.
and we thank God for all of those who are doing the work that many won't do, which is to help protect our country from dangers and all that for the sacrifice. And we just want to honor all those people
Mm-hmm.
who do that because a lot of us can't do that. We're
No.
not built for that. It takes a special person. So we appreciate you all on this Veterans Day and praying for God's strength in your life and praying for God's victory in your life, His joy in your life. And we thank God for you all.
Mm-hmm.
So please do us a favor. If you can do so, please like, share, and subscribe. I am Pastor Nick, the executive pastor at Bethany Baptist Church, where we transform lives one at a time in Lindenwood, New Jersey.
Yep.
And introduce yourself, Maya, just in case some people don't know who you are.
Yeah. So I am Maya. I'm the director of social media there at Bethany. And it's always a great pleasure to be able to connect with everyone online.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is Max. For those that don't know, this is Maximize Monday. We do this every Monday at 12 noon. Just want to spend some time with you real fast to help you with life and talk to you and work with you and help maximize your Monday. I say it
And
every
hopefully make Mondays a little bit better because they can be brutal sometimes.
right. Monday is still the day that the Lord has made. All right.
Yes.
It's still the day. So we celebrate God even on Mondays. I know you don't feel like getting back at it sometimes, but you hear the Thanksgiving holidays coming up very soon.
Yeah.
Remind you all that our Thanksgiving drive is coming up. It's on November the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
9 a.m. will be at Lindenwood High School and in Camden also on that day, giving out turkey starting at 9 a.m. And then we also want to remind you we're doing our Thanksgiving offering on the 16th. We're asking for everyone, if you can, to do about $30 if you can to help us get the supplies and all that good stuff so we can feed people during this time. People are calling from all over for help with food, and we want to be able to help individuals, especially with all this going on right now. And we're also collecting coats, hats, gloves, and scarves. You can put them in the bin. Oh, I forgot about that on the video. Tell
Okay.
people. Well, you guys can do the announcements on Sunday.
Yep. We'll make sure to announce it.
All right. On the 19th, we're bringing all the coats, hats, and gloves and all that stuff like that. We're going to pray over them, and we're going to trust and believe that God's going to move in a tremendous way during this Thanksgiving season, and we're getting ready for that. So, with that in mind, we've been talking about processes, progress, and all that comes along with it. And I think sometimes I was teaching the class this, and God doesn't see time the way that we do.
Mm.
God's eternal, so He doesn't look at time as an adversary
Yeah.
or time as something that He's running out of. We get threatened by time. Oh my God, I just hit 30. Oh, I just hit 40. Oh, I just hit
35.
you know, when you create time, you're not worried about it.
Mm.
What does they say? A day is like 1,000 years with God. That we don't look at it the same way. So when we read scripture and when we see things like the day of, sometimes it's talking about a season.
Yeah.
It's a particular day. So we want things sometimes to be hurried, quick, and fast. And God's like, I got time, and you got time too.
Mm-hmm.
I know when to bring it. I know when to do it, and I need you to trust me that we see time differently. So when we think of God doing it quick and in a hurry, we think quick is immediately right now.
Mm-hmm.
And God's quick is I'll take my time getting there, but when I do it, I'm gonna move immediately. Anytime you see immediately in scripture, we always get the meat and immediately. But what about all the time that led up to the immediately?
Yeah.
It feels like God takes his time moving, but when he moves quick.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, God is not under any obligation to submit to our time. We have to submit to his way of timing,
Mhm.
his way of doing things.
Mhm.
So I say all that to say that progress, patience. I know it's a word we don't like. Patience, the ability to wait is a part of the process. And God will ask you to wait well. Don't struggle. Don't let impatience overwhelm you because you're going to feel impatient, but don't let it get the best of you. So you can maintain your character and your faith while you're waiting because waiting helps build your character. Waiting helps build your faith. Waiting helps build who you are. The Bible says, let patience do its job. Patience has a job, and that job is to mature us.
Mhm.
But in a world of convenience or a world of have it fast, any way you want it, that's the way you get it. More, more, more. How do you like it? In a world of this, God is like, and how do we, in learning how to adjust to his timing. So
Mhm.
that was my whole little rant.
No, that's good. And it's funny that we're talking about this now because it's been something that, I've been trying to process as well, and being patient in the wait. And, to be honest, the struggle's real at times. It's not always a fun thing to have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's where a shift in perspective has really been is something I've been trying to work on. And being able to see, okay, what is it that we're supposed to be learning in this time? What are the areas that I can grow and improve on in myself?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that I can experience now that perhaps once we get to whatever the end goal is for us, that we won't be able to experience when we're in that position.
Mm-hmm.
But also asking ourselves, okay, God, what am I supposed to be doing for you in this time? Right. And I don't know if anything about what I'm about to say makes sense, but I'm going to say it anyway. It had me think about the woman with the issue of blood and how she touched the hem of the garment, right? And how everything in her life at that moment was, not working out for her. She didn't have any promise, any hope on the outside of that things would get better for her. But because she had the faith, she still reached and touched, and then she received her healing. And so, in this context, reaching and touching the hem of God's garment is continue to move forward in the wait when everything is looking negative in your life, or when, the promise at the end of the rainbow doesn't look like it's going to be there. Continue to move forward and act and trust in God and asking Him, what is it that you need me to do in this time? Is having that faith and reaching out and understanding that at the end of it, God, I know you have something that's better, or, promise to me that maybe I don't see in this moment. So it's one of those things where it doesn't feel good. And it might be something that weigh heavy on you. But I think as long as you have that shift in perspective and try to make it into something that's a positive instead of it being a weight on you, um, you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, if that makes sense.
That story always gets me because it looks like it plays out like God will allow you to go through a process where things can disappoint you.
Mm-hmm.
When He does show up, you're eager to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that He wants you to be disappointed, but it happens. So she didn't know who Jesus was,
Mm-hmm.
heard about him.
Mm-hmm.
All the years she had this issue, going to doctor after doctor, and all that she had didn't get any better at all. All of that was a part of that process for her to get to a place where when she heard about Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go after him because something's got to work. If these things didn't work, I've been hearing about this man. I'm gonna work. And her pursuit of the doctors, her pursuit um, of trying to get better in all these other areas, she just basically channeled that same passion towards Jesus
Mm-hmm.
and was willing to go through the process to get to him
Yeah.
because she had to leave her house, go through the crowd. You know, it doesn't say she was at the front of the crowd. She worked through the crowd to get to him. So, like you said, it's going to that willingness to stretch, to reach out to him, to pursue him until you connect with him. And sometimes disappointment is not to take away your passion. Disappointment is meant to redirect your passion.
Mm-hmm.
I just said something, y'all. Disappointment is not there to take away your passion. It's there to redirect it. She redirected her passion of pursuit of doctors. Now this is not say don't go to the doctor, just pray. If you're sick, go to the doctor first.
Yeah.
I am not saying that at all. Right? Go to the doctor. But it was something that doctors couldn't fix. So she had to redirect her passion towards the one doctor who could fix what the earthly doctors can't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not saying it. Go to the doctor. If they can't fix it, of course, pray all the time. But go to your doctor, get checked out. That's the way God works sometimes. But when that fails, you always know there's another doctor that won't fail.
Mm-hmm.
So we learn to just work through reaching out to him. And it took some time for her to connect with him. And that's our calling out to God, our pursuit of him. If we draw nigh to him, he'll draw nigh to us. If we pursue him, he will, come after us. So he'll meet us halfway. And I think that's where that patience part kicks in, which a lot of us have a hard time with patience. Again, in a culture of convenience, we have a hard time with waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember going out to eat a couple of times, and some people, they'll tell you your food is cooked to order. So if you order something that takes some time, like some fried chicken, it's going to take some time. I was taking so long. It was taking some time. It's cooked to order. It's going too fast. This ain't like Popeyes and all them,
Mm-hmm.
where they got stuff already batched up and just. But we miss the concept of waiting sometimes.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because I think as a human race fallen into sin, a lot of our challenges come, for lack of better words, trying to be like God. So it's funny that time being infinite to God, it's one of our greatest challenges in feeling like we're fulfilled, right? That we're running out of time, that we're not doing things in the time that we have, where perhaps we need to just refocus all that energy to just doing and letting time work itself out in the way that God has it for us.
Make the most of the time you have. You can't control time.
Yeah.
So you make the most of the time that you have. This is the time, however it's allotted to me. We all get 24 hours of the day.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with those 24 hours? It's not that other people got more time. Are you making the most of your time? Are you being constructive with your time? What are you doing with it? But like you said, I get aging comes with challenges. And as somebody who, I believe she had to be in her 80s, late 80s, early 90s, said, you can't be a punk and get old. Because stuff's changing, stuff starts working. You got to have a sense of resiliency and that kind of thing, because stuff changes as you get older. But it's learning to not look at time as I'm getting old. Oh, life is bad. No, I'm getting old. I'm getting better. It's all perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going into some good years in my life. Some people didn't hit their best years till they got older.
Yeah.
How many success stories you see with people out there, it hit when they got older. And some people, when they got it young and they fizzled out. And some people young, they had it from the young to old, whatever. But you make the most of the time that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And not look at it as, oh my God, I just turned this age. It's all over. Make the most of the life that you have. That's just to me.
Yeah.
Believe God, trust God, and I play with the cards I'm dealt with,
Mm-hmm.
to make the most of what I have.
So That all sounds great, and I agree 100%. But
It was coming soon. I know it was coming.
what are some practical things that we can do to help in that process? Like when we're really feeling it,
Mm-hmm.
what do we do?
To me, God knows we have feelings,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't say it's a sin to have a desire or to have expectations. It's just this, Lord, I'm this age. I wanted to be this. I thought I would have this. I thought I'd be here by now. Obviously, I'm not. If I'm something I'm doing wrong, teach me how to do better.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's nothing you did wrong. Sometimes it's just the way that it's played out.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't change what's going on, how the focus should be, how do I make the best out of what I have? So this is where I am in life. I got two options: be miserable in it, or turn it around and make it great.
Yeah.
You play as I played spades growing up, and you learn to play with the cards you dealt with. I've had some bad hands in spades, and we still won the game
Mm-hmm.
because it's not always about the cards you have. It's, can you play with the cards that you have?
Yeah.
Can you work the system to do it? So am I going to choose to be miserable because I don't have this, this, and this? Because here's the thing. I remember during the pandemic, right? When people were quarantined. And I remember there was this discussion around, people who were single and living alone, wishing they had somebody with them because they were tired of being by themselves for so much time. They were going out, having, physical connection, blah, blah, blah. And there were people who had families and they were with them all the time and wish they can go somewhere and be alone. So, and I'm saying all this to say is that what we do is we look at somebody else's life. I wish I had what they had.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're looking at your life saying, I wish I had. Learn to work with what you have and be grateful for what you have. I'm not saying you don't have desires and wants and needs. Acknowledge your desires, your wants, and your needs. It's just learn to not let them drive you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Play with the hands you dealt with. Sometimes you hold them, sometimes you fold them. You got to know when, count. What's the song? You got to count your blessings. You have to know when to work with it.
Yeah.
But also be true to how you feel too.
Yeah.
So that's not a denial of your feelings. It's I'm acknowledging this is what I feel. This is how I feel. Now the question is, what do I do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is my life enough without the thing that I want? Because here's the thing. If your current life isn't enough, if you're not enough without the thing, you'll never be enough with the thing. Because all money, marriage, kids, things, whatever, all they do is make you more of who you already are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wish I had a more. Yes, things come to make you happier, but they don't come to make you happy. If you're miserable while you're single, I guarantee you're going to be miserable while you're married. You're going to be happy for a few months, and you will go right back into your misery.
Mm-hmm.
If you're miserable with no money, you're going to be miserable with money. Those things come to add to what you have. Now, granted, yes, you feel better when you got money. You can go do some stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not denying that feeling. I'm just simply saying is that we think these things are going to make my life more complete. When the reality is, if you don't feel complete without them, you're not going to feel complete with them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know people who have all the things that people wish they had, and they are miserable because they thought those things would fix it. I remember Will Smith said that a couple years ago. I think he was on Sway in the Morning or something like that. And he was talking about how it's before the slap.
Before the slap.
And he was talking about, he thought the movies, he thought the accolades, he thought the Grammys, he thought all these things would fix those things in him. And lo and behold, it didn't. He out here smacking people and stuff. You know,
Mhm.
it didn't fix it.
Mhm.
And he said it in a lot. And I'm glad he was honest and said that, because a lot of people, they got all this stuff, but they're miserable inside because they thought all that stuff was going to fix it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a long way of me answering your
No,
question.
it's good because I think we definitely have these holes or these pockets in our life that we're trying to fill up with things and money and relationships. But it's really only something that God can fulfill in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's real easy to slip into making those things our idols
Mm-hmm.
and making it something that we, give so much of ourselves trying to seek, that reward, that we're becoming even more distant from God. And then that just makes everything worse. So
Mm-hmm.
I like that you said allowing yourself to grow closer to Him. Ask Him, what am I supposed to get from this? What am I supposed to do to serve you? And then the more that you do that, you start to feel more fulfilled, not relying on people or those things, but the love that God can give.
Yeah. And again, we all have feelings. I have feelings. We all wish we had certain things were different. And it
Mhm.
bothers you that it's not different. I am in no again, I'm not saying have no feelings at all. I am in no way saying it. All we're saying is what you're alluding to, let's put it in perspective. That's all it really is. Let's put it in perspective. I was reading something where it said, I think if you have at least $10,000 and no debt, you're doing better than almost 80% of the people in the whole world.
Hmm.
That doesn't sound like much, does it?
No.
I'm talking about in comparison. I mean, 10,000 is a lot of money, but I'm talking about comparison to everybody else.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a whole lot more than you think. Other people,
Mm-hmm.
but it goes back to perspective. I think it was the singles class. It was somebody asked me the question when I was taught singles a couple months ago, and we were talking about somehow. You said this brought this up. It brought to my memory about idols.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about how if your desire to get married is more than your desire for God, why would God give you something that's going to take you away from Him?
Yeah.
If your current desire is taking you away from Him, why would He give you something further that take you even more away from Him? God says, I don't do number two well.
Mm-hmm.
There's no gods before me. So why would He give you another? Why would He give you another idol?
Make it make sense.
I'm just saying, like, think about it. Why would He give you another idol? Nothing wrong with having desires. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. The Bible doesn't say that the having of money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Marriage is not evil. Money is not evil. Things aren't evil. It's our attitudes about them that's the problem. So we all have real feelings. I wish I was walking around here a millionaire. It'd be great,
Mm-hmm.
right? It'd be beautiful, absolutely wonderful. But our attitude is a thing that God's paying attention to. You can have desires, but your desires can't have you.
Yeah.
And we'll close on this. It's almost time. This is why we fast.
Mm-hmm.
We fast to remind ourselves that our desires aren't supposed to control us. We fast to remind ourselves that our need for God is greater than our need for other things. So I give this up because I want it and I think I need it, but I really need God. I need God more than this. And that's why Jesus, when he's on his fast, said, man does not live by bread alone. Yes, we need food to live, but I really need God and his word more than I need physical bread.
Yeah.
That's why we fast. We fast to remove the idolatry in our lives. We have made things into idols, and we feel like we can't live happy without it. But guess what? You lived happy without it before you had it.
Mm-hmm.
You just been conditioned to think that you need it to be happy when you don't. That's what happens to us. Like I'll say this. I mess with the seniors a lot during noonday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about they love their air fryers, right?
Yeah.
Right. Which I still don't have one. So I was like, I said, remember the air fryer craze. Everybody, I need air fryer. Well, I need my air fryer. I'm like, before it came out, you didn't need it. What happens is we get conditioned. Nothing wrong with having an air fryer. Nothing wrong with it. But we've been conditioned to feel like I need these things.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is you were completely happy and fine before the thing came out. That's what marketing is.
Yeah.
How do I create the need and then supply the need? How can I get you to think you need this product? Create the problem, be the answer to the problem.
Yeah.
That's how it works. And guess what? We get caught up every time.
Yeah.
It's the same iPhone every single year
It is.
one or two minor changes. But I gotta get the new one. I got the new one. And we get caught up in it and spend all this money on a new phone every year. We just paid off the last one or traded it in.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you looking like that? I'm just simply saying, like I was buying one every year. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's the same phone every year. Why am I paying extra? So now I wait a few years, and then so when I do upgrade, it's
a noticeable difference.
It feels more justified. It feels justified now. But they know our consumer feeling.
More left out.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that. How do you like it? More everything. That's what we're taught every single day, and it's creating this consumerism, this need for fulfilling my desires above everything, my passions above everything, and now we're like Eve in the garden, following our passions more than we're following God.
Yep.
And our consumption is getting us in trouble, and we idolize our desires over God. Where now pleasing me is more important than pleasing Him. Mm-hmm. Woo, this is cutting me up. And the church said,
Amen.
And that's why we purposely fast.
Yeah.
To put things back in their proper place. To have them, but them not have us. Because if you can't live without it, something's wrong with it. Mm-hmm. Only person you shouldn't be able to live without is God. Now, yes, we desire people. We want people. We, loved ones. I ain't saying fast for me, family. I'm not saying that at all. But you get what I'm saying here? It's nothing wrong with having things, but put it in perspective. Mm-hmm. So again, it goes back to the question you asked. Good question. Play with the cards you're dealt with. How do I make the best of the life that I have right now?
And it's funny because I know we're wrapping up. I feel like when we're in that moment of, miserating about the cards that were dealt, it's easy to just kind of sink into that victim mentality where we're really given the control to one, of course, seek God, but to deal and to work with the cards that we have. So there's a certain freedom that comes with that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Make the life of what you have. And nothing wrong with having expectations and desires in life. Nothing wrong with wanting things. But unfortunately, things come and go. And the fullness of your fulfillment shouldn't be in things. They come and go. But God lasts forever. Come on, y'all. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. All right, let's get out. Thank y'all for coming on today. We appreciate y'all. Hope you learned something. We'll be back next Monday on the 17th. Please don't forget that we do, of course, have Bible study this coming Wednesday. Tomorrow night is Diamond's Women's Ministry at 7. Bible study 12 noon and 7 o'clock in person. Of course, we have our On Point on the 15th. And we just thank God for all of you tuning in. On behalf of myself, Pastor Nick and Maya, God bless you. And we'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.